So
they went with teal, but it's a more green teal, so it's giving Christmas compliments.
No, not the Christmas fit. Hello everybody and welcome to Rank the Design with our local character designer, Serby. Serby is the character designer, so I'll probably be talking about all the art of the character, while I will be over here to goon, as we did with the BlazBlue video. This time around, we're going to be checking out characters from Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Much like we did with BlazBlue, we're going to be using the latest entry, which is more than likely the game that I'll probably stream in the future, once I do get into the Fatal Fury franchise. Both of us do not know a whole lot about the games or the characters.
Almost
we just know
nothing.
Yeah. We just know like the most popular ones. Like we know of Terry, we know of Mai.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, I would say.
I have seen Terry in Smash.
Oh yeah, true. He did get announced for that. No wonder why you know him.
I'd seen pictures of him before because for some reason I've seen him as a woman a bunch.
I haven't seen fan art of that, but after this I'm gonna go look it up. This will be our pure first impressions of the characters without any context behind any of their lore. We might not even know their names, and we'll rank their design based off of what we think. By the end of the tier list, we'll talk about like what characters, theoretically speaking, if we were to play this game, we would be interested in trying out and put them up in our Serby main and Zero main list on top here, and that'll be that. Starting off with our first character. What is your name? Rock. The Rock.
I hope all the characters aren't posed like this, because I can't see anything from his character design. God damn it.
Unfortunately, this is the splash art. That is the official splash art for the characters. So, I mean, he gives like edgy main character vibes.
Gives the like Japanese rebel delinquent kind of with the blonde hair and the biker jacket.
I think with City of the Wolves, this is kind of the theme, because when I was gathering the pictures for all the characters, I saw Mai in a new outfit, and she was kind of in like a biker gang outfit instead of the usual outfit that she wears, being a shinobi.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
Yeah, that might just be the thematic that we're going for. I do kind of like the art style, though, for it. I can only imagine like how good this would actually look once you're in the game and this is moving, because it would be like a 2.5D fighter, 3D models on a 2D plane.
I like the the heavy inking style that they use for it.
It really makes
and
the image
kind of
pop.
The hash lines mixed in there.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that works in motion, because unfortunately a lot of 2D shaders look really good in a still image and really weird in motion. I have no idea what this looks like in motion, but as a still image it looks really good. Because
he's sort of the main character, I can only assume that he's going to be just pretty good at neutral. The usual stuff. Also probably an easier character to play to introduce people to the game. What are his powers? I don't really know how Fatal Fury works, so do they have like elemental powers? If I had to guess, maybe fire for our guy? Maybe he can shoot a Hadoken? I know it's a different series, but
he
like,
gives me just brawler energy with the like fingerless gloves.
I don't know. At least he's got style.
We can't see it. He's facing away from us.
If I had to make a guess at what happens to him in the story, maybe he has like an evil twin brother, or maybe his father is evil and he has to redeem himself or redeem his family name, something like that. He seems like the type of character to be in that sort of story. Well, what do we think of the guy whose drip we unfortunately cannot see a whole lot of?
It's very vanilla.
Honestly, probably a good midline there. I would say B, and we can decide later once we see everybody else's drip what they're rocking.
I was gonna say, I feel like unfortunately King of Fighters is going to be a kind of a style that I'm not personally a huge fan of, so I'm hoping characters are more interesting going forward and that he would be on the lower end, but I don't know that will be the case. We'll see.
Correction, not King of Fighters, Fatal Fury. Same company, different franchise with the same characters. I don't know the difference. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I don't know. Honestly, I had to be corrected by chat. I thought SNK was a fighting game. No, SNK is the company that makes these fighting games. That is how little I know of what's going on currently.
I knew that much, yeah.
Actually, maybe I could find like a better image for Rock here. something where it's actually showing his model in game. We do have forward-facing images, just not from the game, the same game.
Okay, that's fine. I can work with it.
I'm assuming that because it's like a new game, we still don't have a whole lot of artwork for it. So, or maybe it just wasn't added to the wiki. It came out like just a few months ago. After like a very large break where there wasn't a new entry in the franchise, suddenly this came out. I don't know how long the wait was, potentially 10 plus years. That's what I heard. But yeah.
That is a big wait.
So, yeah, B for now. This is Hotaru. She has a weasel? Is a ninja weasel?
A little ferret.
It's a little ferret? She's got the baggy pants.
How much do I make people mad?
Whatever you want to say, Serby, say it.
It's giving clown. I'm sorry.
No. Is it because of the colors or the outfit?
I think the colors, the poofy pants, the ruffles. I don't know. It's like slightly oriental looking clown. I don't know.
An oriental-looking clown. That is hilarious. I don't know what that would actually look like, but...
I don't know either, but that's what I get when I see. I'm sorry.
Once again, we don't know anything about these characters. This is our pure, unfiltered reaction to them, so...
I know nothing, but I assume they're all martial artists in some way.
They probably are, and they likely practice some sort of different form of martial art from each other. That seems to be the trend with most fighting games anyways.
I was going to say, looking at her and looking at the guy previously, they both strike me as like different forms of martial arts. I don't know martial arts enough to know what kind or what styles they would do.
She uses ferret style. I can imagine this being kind of like Giovanna with her wolf spirit. And then they're like bouncing and juggling the enemy between the weasel and her.
That would be fun.
I mean, they have to have the weasel there for a reason. A ferret. Whatever it is. I don't know. It's got a red scarf. It looks pretty cool.
She has a lot of like bottom-heavy character design with the way her pants are structured. So she feels very sturdy for someone who is like so petite. I don't know.
To me, she seems like the Genki type, potentially like the younger student, the one who's still currently learning whatever martial arts that she practices.
Trying to figure out the red thing. Is that like a big bow in her ponytail?
I believe so, yes.
It's kind of odd shaped, but yeah.
She even has a hoge to show you that she is a little bit ditzy.
If I were to guess, I would say she has I would almost think maybe like counter heavy gameplay. She is just solid, not going to be pushed around a whole lot.
Whatever fighting style she uses is going to be focused more on kicking, as opposed to striking with her fists. Yeah. Potentially more ninja-like gameplay. Maybe she has some ability to swap places with the ferret.
It doesn't really give me ninja. It gives cloud.
Well, you already made that abundantly clear. I don't think that's what they're going for.
Oh. No! What did I knock over?
Oh no! Karma, it's come to bite you. The ferret there is fighting Batman in the background.
Oops.
Oh, and just for context, not the actual Batman. Batman is the name of Sophie's dog.
There's definitely emphasis on her legs because of the big poofy pants, but also if you're going to make someone who's more agile, you wouldn't want it to be so grounded, heavy in weight. So I don't know.
Yeah. Hard to tell. I'll see whenever I get to the game. So where are we putting Hotaru over here? She seems nice.
She's above rock, whatever. Without context to the other characters, it's hard to say. She's got more interest to her character design. I just don't know that I personally like it, but that's a personal taste thing more than a character design thing.
Yeah, for me too. I wouldn't say that she ranks up super high. At least she gets you thinking, you know? Like Rock is main character, like, yeah, that's kind of set in stone. But she's like, what do you do exactly? What are you? Why is there a ferret on your back? I need to know. I guess I'll put her here for now, and then by the end we can decide whether to move them up or down. Who are you?
Oh my goodness. Hello.
Hi. You are Tizoc? Griffin? I'm just trying to like read the names from the URL links, so I apologize if I read that incorrectly. But Birdman.
Yeah, very Birdman.
Do you think he's from Canada?
Why would he be from Canada?
The colors?
That's also Japan's colors.
Oh, yeah, true.
In fact, there's a lot of countries whose colors are red and white.
It seems to be a very popular color. I wonder why. He seems like the wrestler type.
Meant to be like a wrestler. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like a wrestler mask and costume.
Mm-hmm. I feel like often with fighting games, when you have the over-the-top like characters wearing masks, making themselves look like different animals and stuff, they're usually gonna be wrestlers or grapplers.
Yeah. Again, I can't see his outfit at all from this image, but I can see part.
I wonder how the bird aspect is gonna come into it. Does he have the ability to use those as actual wings?
I hope it has no relevance whatsoever, and it's just he's dressed like a bird.
He just punches people normally and grapples them.
Yes.
Just does regular throws, but he's just dressed in this for some reason. And honestly, my biggest complaint so far is just that the splash arts need to be more interesting.
Yeah, they went for dynamic, but doesn't show off the characters at all. It's hard. There's not a whole lot to talk about because I can't see them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's...
The bird is fun.
Just wish I knew more about him. I honestly don't know where to put him. He's more interesting, I guess.
Either.
I'll put him there.
Yeah, I want to put him behind her just because I could see her outfit, so I have an opinion of her. I don't really have an opinion.
Yeah, honestly fair. All right.
Well, we can see him.
At the very least, we can see that he has a very hairy chest that he shows off quite proudly.
And a pompadour.
What is this outfit for? Karate?
It can
Taekwondo?
Be for... I had one similar for Taekwondo, but I think Karate and Taekwondo's uniforms are very similar.
I'm not a martial arts expert, so if there are differences, I
think a lot of martial arts use a similar style.
We do know that he's a black belt, so bro's not messing around. Granted, that hairstyle, though, like Mondo would be proud.
You don't got like a really thin mustache.
It is kind of a pretty funny like combination. It almost looks like he's supposed to be like the leader of some biker gang where they all have this sort of haircut. But then he's also a martial arts practitioner.
He's also got hairy toes and fingers.
His feet are massive, though.
Much hairy. Because it's just a generic martial arts uniform, I can't tell like what style he would be fighting in either. Like I'm trying to look at the pose because I feel like you see that for both Taekwondo and Karate from what I've seen. Because even though Taekwondo is more leg-based, we still had poses where we like... But I feel it's more Karate. I don't know.
If I had to make a guess, I would say Karate.
Judo? Is Judo?
Oh, Judo, yeah. Forgot about that. Potentially.
I feel like the wide stance gives maybe more Judo. I didn't realize this would be testing my knowledge of martial arts. I have none. I have no knowledge.
Before we do like the next ranking the design video, we'll just go over like videos from all martial arts. See what they're wearing, see how they fight, and then we'll go and prepare.
I'm sure there's a video out there explaining all martial arts.
Oh, there probably is specifically for a fighting game too. I'll probably have to look it up. Because, I mean, there are some really interesting things in there. It's just, that would kind of be cheating based off of our rule set of reacting to this completely blind.
I kind of like the contrast of the really just intense kind of delinquent face with just the generic uniform.
Right? I mean, at the very least, like, it draws your attention straight to his face and also chest, I guess.
That's the only interesting detail is his face.
Because I remember back when we were doing the Blaze Blue video, that oftentimes your gaze would kind of just go all over the place because there were so many details to the character design. Whereas here,
the opposite problem.
Yeah, it all just goes to one place and everything else is very simple.
There's just, not a whole lot of intrigue in the design. I feel like, so an issue that more realistic art styles tend to fall into, which I would put this into, is silhouette. There's not been any interesting silhouettes. The only one really is the girl with the big bow, because that would break silhouette for her. But if you looked at just his silhouette, he would look like literally every martial artist ever, and you would not be able to identify him.
I would be intrigued to check out the older Fatal Fury games that were in like the 2D art style, anime art style, as opposed to what we're going for here in City of the Wolves, where it might not have the same issues because of this art style shift.
Because you can have a more realistic art style and have a more interesting silhouette, but it is a lot harder. it is more challenging.
It's more limiting if you're trying to base the game more so in realism as opposed to just going full anime. And I wonder about Fatal Fury and like how close they emulate actual fighting styles or like the gear that they would wear. That might be an aspect of the game. I know that there are games out there that take it very seriously. We've only played anime fighters, so we don't have any examples, unfortunately.
I mean, from what I've seen, they all have given very martial arts just from design alone. So I feel like it's a lot of stereotype martial arts. But
it's hard to say. I mean, we don't know.
Again, given I don't know much about martial arts, it's hard to really say that. But it's like, when I think you've got the beat 'em up kind of Street Fighter kind of, well, not Street Fighter, but you know what I mean. Like wearing the jacket and the kind of more gangster outfit. You got the more classic, like strong martial arts uniform. There's always got to be the Asian martial artist with the like more oriental look to it. I don't know. It just feels very stereotypy. But
who knows? Maybe that is exactly how they are in real life. But we wouldn't know.
I don't know.
It's pretty plain. But like, at least I know what he does. Is everybody just going to be B?
Like, I would put him at the bottom just because there's kind of nothing interesting about his design. Whereas all the other... No, not all the way D. I meant below the others. Yeah, I didn't mean it that much. There's nothing to dislike about it. There's just kind of nothing of interest to
it. Yeah. What is your name,
I feel like
sir?
I'm just gonna be making all of the what is it, King of Fighters? All the King of Fighters people mad.
Fatal
I don't want to
Fury,
make them mad. Fatal Fury. Dang it, I'm gonna make them even more mad. I'm a setup for failure.
We're sorry, guys. We are complete casuals to this. We know nothing about the series. Eventually, we'll learn. And honestly, in the future, once we learn about the series and come back to watch this video, it is probably going to be absolutely hilarious. Like the first time we streamed Guilty Gear and tried to fight each other, man, we were just mashing buttons. We didn't even hit each other half the time. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Marco Rodrigues. Maybe you're a lot more interesting in game. S.
Oh. What?
I have come here for one thing and one thing only, Serby. To find my waifu.
I mean, she's very femme fatale, I guess. I like the sonic rings on her wrists.
Oh my god, they are sonic rings.
This outfit screams designed by a man, and not because it's sexy, but because God who made this accessories and designs. Like the pink stripes on the inside of the dress with the blue heels and the purple. Like, what is happening here?
I bet you in lore she's some sort of like fashionista, though. Now this she designed herself is probably the way they're going to go with it. But how do you fight? I bet you she has the butt bump move. Like, there has to be one character, at least, in any fighting game that has, like, a butt bump move.
She seems like the character that would, like, blow you a kiss and stun you.
Oh, I bet you that's, like, part of her super.
You could see her thong.
Oh, my. True. I didn't even notice that. Your eyes are sharper than mine.
I'm trying to look at the outfit. It's an interesting outfit. Is that just, like, a giant, chunky belt? Maybe she's the wrestler. We were wrong.
Oh my god, imagine though. I mean, I wouldn't mind being wrestled by someone like her, but I don't really see anything else to suggest that. It's really hard to tell how she fights, honestly.
She doesn't even have the like stiletto heel for like the weapon pokes.
Yeah, I'd have to assume a lot of kicking, a lot of mobility.
As you say, with the giant slit up the skirt, it definitely leads itself to being a more like kick focused design, I would say.
The sonic rings are interesting.
Hancock.
You think maybe they like come off and she can use them as like projectiles or orbs or something?
Interesting.
Or maybe she just slaps you.
She takes the glove off and then slaps you, and the ring just is attached to do like extra damage.
During the start of the round, she takes her glove off in order to challenge you to a duel. Smacks you in the face with it.
She's kind of got the opposite problem as the last guy. Her outfit is doing all the work, but her face is very plain.
It is, unfortunately, yeah. it's not matching up with the outfit. Like, the outfit is where I'm looking at, whereas her face is kind of just blended more so to the background.
Like, you could give her, like, some more out there makeup, some chunky earrings, something to, like, bring more attention up to her face.
But that's the thing, right? Like, maybe this looks really good in motion when it's designed like this.
Bold color choices, bold design choices. I don't know that they're good choices, but, like, she serves her purpose, I suppose.
Being a poster girl, yeah. Well, then again, Mai's also in this game, so she's got some heavy competition. So,
I see.
wait, what is your name again? Jenet? So, Jenet. Well, let's be realistic here. Where do we rate her? I mean, at least her outfit is interesting, and we can see it.
Yeah, I would put her... Yeah.
Honestly, if we go through the rest of this cast and there's nobody up in A, I'd probably bump her up into A at least.
Just looking from the previews, there's characters that I think are going to be higher, but we'll see when I see the full design.
We'll see. Yeah, see? When I was gathering the pictures, I was talking about this cop with a kid. Like, what is this? How's the kid involved in all this? Okay, what is your name? Kevin? What's up, Kevin? What are you doing? So what? Are we going for like a CQC specialist here?
I want to imagine that he is like Pokemon Trainer from Smash, where he stands in the background and doesn't interact with anything and commands the child to fight.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it's gonna go, but you never know.
Maybe it's the other way around.
Yeah, I would assume more so that way.
The kid's the one in control here. He tells the policeman what to do.
I have no idea what their relationship is, but I'm gonna assume it's there to make him more endearing. Perhaps he like saved this kid at some point, and now they're partners in crime, fighting against crime.
Are those like bullets on his belt?
It looks like shotgun shells, but he only has like a pistol on his side there. So I guess it's just there for decoration. Or in the event that he finds a shotgun on the ground.
I think he has his badge there twice.
He's double the cop
So I'm
that
police,
you
I
ever
swear.
could be.
I don't think I could be a cop, so that doesn't mean a lot.
I'm gonna assume that he does have like a ranged attack where he does take out his pistol and shoots you. There are a few characters in fighting games I've seen do that. So he might be the type. And yeah, I'm going to assume that he does like the usual CQC that they teach like the military, the police force and whatnot to be the representative for that sort of martial style.
I'd say his outfit is the most balanced of the ones we've seen so far, but also at the same time, it's kind of just generic police uniforms. So there's not much interesting. Still, the most interesting part is the belt that I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, it's his Batman belt. He's got all his gadgets put on there. He probably has something else on his back that we don't see in the render. And it's like a critical part of his character. It's a
giant version of his badge.
He uses it as a shield. Captain America style, baby.
The kids are more interesting because you get more personality from the kids' design with the big helmet and the uniform. I don't know. It's cute.
Yeah, where did the helmet come from? That seems to be like an aviator helmet.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks aviator almost.
But the outfits suggest like, I don't know, he's just wearing like a soccer fit.
Yeah, it looks like just like a sports jersey of some kind.
Yeah, it would be really funny if the kid and the guy have nothing to do with each other, but they just met each other like during the intro for this game or the story of it. And now he's like here to cheer him on or something. I don't know. I
like maybe with her making this splash art. The kid was from something else, but they forgot to clear their canvas completely. So when they exported it, he just was still there. But his pose matched enough that they didn't notice it right away. And then they're like, well, it's too late now. We've already like sent it off to production.
We're sorry if their like relationship is just the most wholesome thing ever in the game. We don't know.
I would imagine it is. Because like you can't have this kind of character dynamic and have it be like a nothing shallow relationship.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That would be weird.
It has to be integral to the character, or else why would they put it on the splash art of said character when you select them to be your fighter, you know? It wouldn't make any sense. He's probably a cool and chill dude who has a fit that makes sense.
would put it in A compared to the others, I guess. It's the most put together outfit. It tells you what he's supposed to be. It's like I have no questions when I'm looking at him.
Mhm.
Is he the most interesting? Not to me, I guess, but at least it's an understandable and well put together look, I guess.
We shall see comparatively to the rest of the cast. But yeah, I would agree. At least I know what he is, and more than likely what he does.
My only question is just what's going on with the belt.
Who knows? Anyways, obvious Taekwondo guy, I'm assuming? Or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, potentially?
It's something kick-based for sure.
I mean, his name is Dong Hwan.
He's got the gloves that look like for punch. Well, yeah, that's Korean sounding.
Yeah.
Taekwondo would make sense.
Probably Taekwondo.
I like that his shoes specifically don't cover the bottom of his feet.
I don't know if that's a specific thing for Taekwondo practitioners.
I've never seen it before, but I did Taekwondo as a child, so.
At least his character has a little flair to it.
Yeah.
He even has the red in his hair, too.
In the front of his hair.
Yeah. Just matches. I don't really see anything that conflicts too much, at least.
Are we looking at his butt?
Yeah, kind of.
We are. He's twisting.
He's twisting to do a kick, or has done a kick, and this is like the follow-through. But he's also like smiling at the camera for a pose.
I kind of hate that they've gone just primary colors from him.
Red, yellow, blue.
He looks like a character from a kid's show.
I kind of want to see more like what his lower half has going on. Like, what is that? The yellowish blue
like
thing?
Most of these designs, I would like to see the front of the outfit, please. I can't tell quite what the cape thingy is supposed to be on his butt. Because it looks like uniform top and bottom with the pants and shirt. But the whole, like, everything on his waist is a question mark to me. Because if I just ignore that and imagine what it would look like just with the pants and the shirt, I like it. Because I like having the red on the bottom of the pants to kind of tie in with the gloves and the shirt.
Yeah,
and then the splash of the reddish orange in the hair looks really cohesive. But the blue and the yellow on the mystery clothing in the center is really throwing me.
Okay, you know what? Let's at least try and find this. What does this look like? I'm so curious. Kim Dong Hwan is his full name. All right. Do we have any updated images of you for City of the Wolves? No, we don't. God damn it. Wiki, why? He does look kind of funny. It is.
I have an entirely new opinion of him now.
So anyways, that's him in his current reincarnation. So
he's a lot more of a dork than I anticipated. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, he is doing this whole kicking pose and smiling at the camera at the same time, so you could probably tell his personality a little bit from that. Bro's very playful. Yeah. So yeah. Where are we putting Taekwondo guy?
I am again conflicted because I can't see his whole outfit. But I like it more than most of the other ones we've looked at. So yeah, I guess put it there. I don't know.
This has been the most indecisive tier list ever.
I feel like I can't I can't speak. I can't accurately judge these characters because I can't see the characters.
Yeah, and searching for more images of them just shows older incarnations of them in the other games, which have a completely different art style and outfit. So yeah, I can't accurately judge them in this game. Unless if we play it, of course. But yeah, our opinions will probably change, or at least mine will when I play it. This seems like the drunken master type.
I could see that, or the like retired veteran who like looks kind of shabby now, but you can see like it looks like a very fancy, almost uniform kind of top piece there. He
gives off the vibes of a master who is very calm and collected, but you do not want to fuck with him. He will kill you. He will kick your ass without question. 100%. I'm really liking his design, though.
This is a very cohesive design. Yeah, I like it a lot. I can actually see it. Because you have the brown as a good neutral throughout pretty much the whole design. The green is a really interesting splash of color, but it's not too overpowering because it's a pretty darker, desaturated green. And then you have the gold to kind of bring up and grab your attention closer to his face. And the cutout out of his shirt obviously makes that V. That's going to also do that.
I think we talked about this a lot during the BlazBlue video, where like some pieces of clothing we wish were just gold to be more coherent with the rest of it. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is kind of a good example of how that works. Like it adds more
Mm-hmm.
complexity to the design without making it just too flashy. And it's a good color for the gold too. It's not like obnoxiously
Mm-hmm.
yellow. It's just the right kind of gold.
Well, it's pretty much playing with 3 neutrals and then the main colors just being the greens and the golds.
Mhm.
So it's not all that overpowering.
Regardless, though, this dude he looks really cool. I can kind of see him being somewhat of like a defensive type too. Or he's like a super complex stance character with like the master of all these different fighting styles and stances.
He's kind of got a similar vibe to like Baiken, but like different martial
Actually,
arts.
yeah, true. Perhaps we even have the disgraced student storyline going on with him. I don't know. This has been a lot further within the mainline story. So this guy might have started off as a student and then something tragic happened to his master and now he's on this journey. Yeah, which gives off the Baiken feel of the Ronin.
He definitely feels like the character who is kind of that lone wolf.
Oh, in the city of the wolves? Impossible. He even has a long ponytail too. Just hanging there.
He does. Yeah.
Honestly, probably one of the best designs we've seen so far, at least in my opinion.
I agree, yeah.
Yes. All right. What's your name? Gato? Hell yeah. I'll have to check it out. In a respectful manner, of course.
He does have his titties hanging out, so.
It's hard to look away.
Hello, sir.
Fancy schmancy guy.
Oh, yeah.
Kane? That's your name? Bro.
I appreciate I want to Kingdom Fighters. Fatal Fury.
Mm-hmm.
They're very hold back on color. So when they use it, it is very much that pop of color in their designs. But this character, I feel like it works super well because we have pretty much all the white. The black is your neutral in there, just to kind of create contrast in value. So having the blue and the different points to kind of pull your interest throughout the design, and you have the gold highlight in the center that can bring up to the blonde hair. It works really well.
I have no complaints about the design. And what you brought up about like how they do their design specifically makes me think maybe this works perfectly with the art style of their backgrounds, so that the characters are still visible over it without it being too much like visual clutter.
Overload, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know any of the special effects. It
definitely is playing a lot of simplicity. This is one of the more complex designs we've seen, and it's still pretty simple.
Yeah.
But it works really well. He looks like a douche, though.
He looks like he's rich, and that's probably it. Yeah.
He's like the rich guy running the tournament that you're fighting it out over.
Potentially. You never know. That or he's like some secret agent, and he just likes to dress fancy.
He gives you Kaiba.
He gives you Kaiba vibes?
Yeah. He thinks he's better than you, and he's going to put his money where his mouth is and lose it all.
I can't wait for the comments to roast us about how he's like the nicest guy ever in the series. And he pays for like homeless shelters. Honestly, cool fit.
I think that's my favorite one. Yeah.
Damn. All right. Yeah, I can agree with that. I'll put these two in S. They're both really cool.
Yeah.
For different reasons. Hokutomaru. Is he potentially at all related to the girl with the bow?
Oh, could be.
We do have the red scarf thing going on with a similar shape.
This one's playing with the primary colors again, which usually gives off very kind of childish, but I feel like that's what they're going for with this character.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like tokusatsu kind of childish stage play almost, like very theatrical.
Mm-hmm. He is the young and upcoming teenage ninja warrior who is here to prove himself against the big leagues.
He looks like he's got like fancy Crocs.
It almost looks like it could be for football too, but not quite.
I like that the yellow and the blue is more muted in this, and then you just have the really bright saturated red, which is like a red scarf is pretty much always going to be a good like character accentuating piece to draw attention to the face and have just fun things to play with in the silhouette. This is the first character that I would say has a really good silhouette. But having it then on the feet, having a little bit on the waist there with the little belt piece and then having the scarf wrapped around his neck, it creates a really good balance.
They do seem to be doing a really good job of not oversaturating all the colors, making sure where we should be looking is being looked at.
And the only one I would say is not great with that is the booba lady with the purple and pink outfit.
Look, she's there for...
It is a choice.
Oh, what do you know? She's the fashionista, all right? She knows what she's doing with her colors.
I wear black. What can I say?
This kid is 100% the teleporting type. That or he just flies all over the screen.
He's all over, yeah. He's all energy.
Even in the pose, too. He's just springing towards the camera. He's got a interesting belt, though. This reminds me of Ragno's belt.
Yeah, I don't think it's a fashion belt, not a function belt, but I like it because it creates interest to his silhouette. Same with the weird shape of the shoes. The funky shoes do a good bit for his silhouette, and then obviously the Hoge piece.
Gotcha. So, like, when it comes to character silhouettes in a more realistic art style, does that come from the clothing for the most part?
Yeah, so the interesting shape of his shoes, the belts, even the layering of his shirt and the way that works. And then obviously the big scarf is the easy cheap piece there. But in the shape of the hair, he's got a lot more things that are subtly breaking his silhouette. Even like the collar shape does a lot too. Like there's a lot of little silhouette breaks that can help define his character so you could recognize him.
All right, cool beans. Where are we putting our boy here?
I would actually say he tops the other two.
Damn! My boy Gato's
character design.
So top in my heart.
All three of those are pretty good. I enjoy all of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's more interesting silhouette things being done in his, and the overall character is really easy to read.
Gotcha.
I think it's just well done.
Oh.
See, now we're getting to all the fun ones. I like these. I love this. This is playing with bright colors in a way that isn't eye-piercing like the other one is. To the same extent, because most of your brightest saturation here is in the hair, and it's doing a lot to frame her face. It's interesting, and then you play with the yellow and the oranges as kind of a counter. I don't know. I like it. It's one that could really easily go wrong, but I think they've done it really well.
When you say that it could very easily go wrong, I feel like I've seen quite a few characters do this, and it just being like a jumble of colors. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think this one works?
They have a lot of different colors in here, but why does it work? Because it's playing the orange and the yellow much more like a neutral than a color. It's more desaturated. It has a lot more of that kind of brown tan, whereas the other colors in the image are very bright neons.
So just like with the other designs, just not oversaturating things.
And the bright colors that it are using outside of just the hair, which is very much the showpiece. Like the colors on her nails are small, her bracelet or her armband thing, it's small. So it's just small points to grab your attention and carry throughout. I assume we can't see her shoes, but I would assume they do something similar there.
Well, I don't have to assume what fighting style she uses. She's 100% a Muay Thai fighter. And even her name is Preecha, which is a Thai name. So, yeah. You know, really cool. I may have to try her out. Yeah. Honestly, maybe.
Yeah, I have no arguments there. Yeah. I feel like because that's one that could go wrong so quickly, that the fact that it looks as good as it does definitely deserves to be right up there.
The hair is probably the most interesting out of all the characters, too. This took some work to get done. Or to even just draw this. I wonder how it looks in game.
In a very subtle way. The shorts, the crop top, even the armband and things like that. And then obviously the hair itself. You would be able to recognize. It wouldn't be quite as recognizable as, say, the other kid. We can't see your shoes. But it does a lot to break silhouette still in a way that would be quite recognizable.
Vox. Vox Reaper.
This is fun. We started real rough, so I hope we don't lose people at the beginning of this video. But these designs are great. I'm loving these. I love the really desaturated teal with the bright red again that carries throughout.
Oh yeah, the red on his waist there. It even has a shade. It slowly becomes more red. I bet you he has firepower. So he 100% has to.
They're mixing metals. They got the gold and the silver, but it works.
Usually I don't think that really works, but here, I guess there's a clear separation between the two?
I think because they're trying to use the gold more to accent, whereas the silver is meant to be more in the background. Because it blends in with kind of the upper gradient of the waist thing and his black pants. Whereas the yellow basically is there to kind of highlight the neck, and you also have the ring on his other hand. You can see the wind up as he punches you. And red and gold are just good accents.
Not gonna lie, his jacket kind of looks like it comes straight out of Cyberpunk.
I was thinking this looks like the way they do like villains a lot of times in My Hero with the really raggedy cloth thing.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about too. Yeah, he has the same exact like raggedy red cloth with the gradient coloring here too. Oh yeah. Man,
I like the shaved head with the red on his face. Makes such an interesting face, and it does a lot to draw your attention there.
Yeah, something that other characters that we've looked at before probably could have used to help draw more attention to them, or at least add more personality, I guess, to the design.
Yeah, or like I think of even the guy in the like white uniform.
Yeah,
his face had, it was like they almost like they wanted to really put something there to bring interest, but it just kind of ended up being very generic. Whereas with this guy, if he didn't have the red there or like the nose tape and different things, it would be very plain.
Yeah.
But having that really just kind of completes the entire look. But since he has the interesting outfit to go with it, it really all plays together very well.
Yeah, or else it would just look way too out of place if he didn't have this in the midsection and the red on his feet too, his shoes.
That for me really is the difference between an interesting design and a character. If you have a face that you can recognize as like a unique and identifiable character, so when you look at someone's like separate from the rest of the outfit, right? And you can recognize that as the person, then you have a character. Whereas if you have an interesting outfit and that's it, then it's like you could put that on anyone and it's going to have the same effect. You don't have a character there. You just have a cool outfit design.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy activates a power or something, and then he becomes like Ghost Rider. He has the whole like devil horn tattoo thing on his head here, so it's got to have something to do with that. But yeah, cool design. Yeah, we've really been redeeming ourselves, haven't we? We were so unsure with all these bees here. But
I know. I'm like, are they all going to be in B? But look, all these characters too, they're actually showing us the outfits too. So maybe some of the ones down below, like the wrestling guy, if we saw his whole outfit, he might be up there.
Yeah,
too.
True. It's just the splash art does him a disservice, unfortunately.
It does. It really does.
Do we want to specifically place him somewhere in S, or?
I would leave that to your judgment. I could put him just about anywhere up there. Oh, like that whole top row is pretty equivalent to me.
All of these people have drip. So, yeah. I kind of just kind of grouped them up in the same place. Poster boy. Terry. Unfortunately, we only see his butt cheeks, so not a whole lot. But it's his iconic
orange
pose.
And blue is a bold choice.
This is a very different outfit from what we usually recognize Terry to be in, with his like red jacket
like
and red hat. Yeah.
See, this doesn't work as well for me. Like the last guy we saw was playing in off compliments. So he had the red as the focal point color and teal as the off color, which is basically taking the complement, which is green, and then moving it just to the side on the color wheel into that blue-green. So it's not the pure complement, but still has that good contrast. This is a pure complement, and it is almost never nice to look at. I see that they're wanting to use the orange as kind of the neutral kind of brown tone again, like they did for the girl with the pink and blue hair. But because you have opposite color being blue, it just pulls it right into that complement orange, and it is not very appealing to me.
It does kind of look like an old orange peel a little bit, especially with the texture. I'm gonna assume that they redesigned him for the sake of the theme of the game, with everybody getting like the biker gang outfits. So
it very much has that kind of aviator jacket with like the fuzzy collar.
Yeah,
but maybe it'd be less eye-piercing from the front if he has it open with like a black or a brown t-shirt. Just from the behind where you just see the blue pants and the orange jacket.
It's his iconic pose. You can't view him from any other angle, okay?
Fair enough.
But yeah, to be honest, from what I know of Terry and have seen of him, I do kind of prefer his OG design. I don't know.
I think his OG design, from what I've seen of it in Smash, is very iconic and very well put together.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, this feels like one of those like DLC costumes you download that looks like they spent half as much time designing it just so they could take your money.
Damn. I bet you, though, that his OG costume is in the game. I'm not going to suggest it, but it would be really hilarious if they had the OG costume as a DLC that you had to buy.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's very much something you could see games like this doing.
I am very curious to know, though, for you Fatal Fury fans out there, do you like this design or do you prefer the OG Terry design? Let us know.
I have trouble imagining people would like this more than his original look. But, you know,
Once
could be
again,
wrong.
From a different angle, in-game, could be very different.
Did they cut his hair?
I think so, actually. Doesn't he have, like, the long ponytail that comes out of his hat?
That's the most upsetting thing, isn't they cut his hair.
Oh, no.
Give us the long, glorious blonde ponytail.
So, poor Terry over here. Where are we putting him? I'm not going to put him in C.
I would put it at the bottom. That's the worst one by far.
Damn! Yikes! Terry, no! Regardless, I do prefer his older design. We'll have to see in game. Our opinions will change, potentially. We'll see.
Yeah, I doubt I don't think you can do anything to make me like that design.
So yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah, Mai's redesign for this game.
Mm-hmm.
She looks cute. I like this fit.
Yeah. This is, again, where they're very subtle with the colors, but it works. You got the red and the yellow kind of sprinkled throughout the outfit.
And I mean, we still have some interesting aspects with like some red outlining here and there. And the gold on the shoes. Is that like a flower design too on her elbow?
That's what I was trying to look at. It's like fireworks, flower, something.
She does use fire Shiranui powers, so that kind of makes sense.
This is one that, again, it's like you have a very simple shapes, but because it's a more realistic art style, the thing's breaking your silhouette. So those big bell sleeves and the cuff of the boots. And then obviously I think Mai's hair is just iconic.
Yeah.
So those things in combination with even just the fan are gonna, you could recognize that character silhouette.
I'm kind of intrigued by like the thing she has up top here holding her ponytail together. I kind of want to like insert a pole or something and it would like clasp onto that pole.
It's like a Lego hand.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. Like, is that like supposed to be a ribbon and it's just like it's flowing forward, or is that like a metal piece? That's what I was
trying to look at too. Yeah, I can't tell if it's because it's such like perfect, Lego hand shape that it feels like rigid. Yeah, but I also could see it just being like a bow in motion. I can't tell.
Regardless, though, for this fit, you can tell that they paid a lot of attention to the details. Like even on the gloves, you have to have like this small red line to make sure that it fits with the rest of the outfit. This is one they took care of. And I mean, it's Mai. Of course you have to.
I'd say the only thing bringing it down is I feel like Mai's original outfit is really iconic and has a lot of more interesting silhouette pieces. Mm-hmm. So I would say it's a downgrade from her original still, but I would still say it is good and interesting.
Once again, I feel like if they had the OG outfit as an option and this one as a new one, I don't think anybody would complain. And hopefully that's the way that they went with this game. Like, you could use either. We're just giving you a new fit for Mai. I have no complaints about this. I like it.
I think I would put it in A. I don't think it's as good as the other ones in S, but it is still quite good.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, my dude over here is still, like, in my mind. He's, like, so cool. I like Mai a lot, but, yeah. I don't think she's on the same level as that. At least not with this fit.
Oh.
He looks kind of like a douche.
He does.
His name is Billy. Oh, okay.
You know, it's probably because we just came off of the Age of Ultron, or the Ultron video, but it kind of looks like Hank if he dressed up like a biker.
Really? Like Hank? I thought that he kind of looked like that one Marvel Rival skin for Hawkeye, where he has these glasses.
I can see that too. The generic blonde white man. Oh no.
He's got an interesting fit, though. He also has a rod?
The knee-high boots are fun. He's going with the same color scheme as the other guy with the the desaturated teal and the brighter red, which works. He's got a bit more color mixed in here with like the pattern on the black and the orange glasses.
I need to know what this guy does.
He smacks you with his pole. That seems obvious.
I mean, yeah, but like, you wouldn't expect the character dressed like this to be smacking you with a pole.
I mean, he's going to do it with a British accent. Does that make it better?
I don't know. It just confuses me even more.
He's got a lot more colors mixed in, but still has those two as the like main emphasis. So it kind of just makes it like quirkier, I guess. Mm-hmm. Which is played up, I think, because of just the style of the shoes and the outfit and like the fanny pack. Like
this guy 100% seems like the Star-Lord of this game. He's going to be making like jokes mid-battle.
Is he actually British though, or does he just have the English flag on his shoes? I
don't know. His name is Billy. If that is any sort of tell.
I mean, generic white boy name.
Not gonna lie, like the boots kind of give me wrestler vibes, but he doesn't give me wrestler vibes. What is that?
It doesn't give me wrestler at all. When I think of like British fashion, it's always kind of odd to me. Mm-hmm. But he fits right into that image that I have in my head.
I can kind of understand what you're getting at too. It's like breaking the mold in a particular way that you could probably recognize. Yeah, pretty British. He might not be British. He might be just straight up American, but you never know. And that's kind of the feeling that he's giving me. It's like you could see this guy hanging out with Hobie from Into the Spider-Verse, by the way.
I feel like Hobie wouldn't like him though.
Oh yeah. I mean, Hobie likes very few people, not gonna lie.
It's funny because the bow staff really just doesn't fit with the rest of the look at all.
You would not expect the staff, the pole. No. But he does have it on his back here. Is this like the insignia or the emblem for whatever school that he's from?
Maybe.
The dojo that he's from?
I'm trying to figure out, is the purple and red thing, is that a fanny pack or is that like his t-shirt underneath? Because it's a very different vibe if that's the t-shirt.
Okay, it's either like a t-shirt, a fanny pack, or it's like a piece of cloth that is wrapped around his waist. I'm
hoping it's just some sort of accessory around the waist and not the entire shirt, because that would be a lot.
Yeah. 100%. Especially if he has his jacket open in the front. Ooh.
I don't know. He's leaving it a mystery.
It's hard to say. This guy has a lot of interesting things going on with him, but it's really hard to tell exactly what he's going to do to you. The only thing you know is he's going to smack you with that pole really hard. That's all I can tell.
Yeah.
I would say
put him at A.
A? Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's interesting. It does a lot right, but it's not as good as the others.
All right. Now, I did talk about how there were some characters that nobody really wanted in a fighting game, but they're there. So,
what does that mean? I'm scared.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes. Do you understand what I'm talking about now?
I don't know who this man is, but I understand completely.
You don't know Ronaldo?
He stuff like this? No.
He's a football superstar. Damn.
I don't watch sports.
Serby might be the first person I met who doesn't know of this guy. That's awesome.
I don't know anything sports. Is this his iconic pose?
Yeah, I would say so. A lot of the time, whenever he scores a goal, yeah.
A completely different art style from the rest of the characters.
Okay, so
they went with teal, but it's a more green teal, so it's giving Christmas compliments.
No, not the Christmas fit. No,
I hate it. I hate everything about it.
Okay, so
it's just a dude. It's
comments. Feel free to correct me. But I've heard that the person working on this game, who was like the lead for this game, who made all these business decisions, had to step down after the promotional material and all the money that they spent to get Ronaldo into the game didn't really increase the sales for the game.
is there a huge overlap between the sports team and the Fatal Fury fandom?
No.
I guess clearly not.
I don't think really anybody wanted Ronaldo in a fighting game. That isn't really a request that I've seen a lot or at all in my entire lifetime. But he's there. He's there as a DLC character if you want to play him. Yeah.
Did it sell? I feel like that's one of those. It's either it would do absolutely nothing, or the memes would sell it and more than it ever should have made.
Unfortunately, it did absolutely nothing. And
okay.
Yeah. I could see a few people buying this for the meme, but like I can't see anybody playing him as their main.
You know who I could see playing this for the meme?
Who?
It's Mick.
Mick 100% would. Yeah, you're right. Oh man. So do we even have to judge the character design?
I mean, it's the bottom. It's the worst. I hate it. It's just a dude. It doesn't match the style of the other characters. There's nothing good
can
about
we move
it.
Terry up?
We do have there. Yeah, we can move Terry up. Terry deserves to go up after that guy. I mean, I just have nothing good to say about it.
Ronaldo, you know, if he was paid enough money to do this, I could see why. But like, yeah, I don't think anybody wanted this.
If someone offered me to be in a fighting game, I'd be like, I don't understand why, but like, sure, like, fuck it, I'll take your money, and I can play myself in a fighting game. Okay.
Yo, I would love to see you, real life Serby, in a fighting game. You just have no business being there, but you're just there.
You know, if that was like Fatal Fury's entire shtick, was just putting a single random person in every game, that could be hilarious. But I would want it to not even just be like an athlete. It would be like the most like D-tier nobody celebrity, like random like YouTuber with no channel, like no, like the most nobody, just like or it is this developer's like niece or something, like the most random people, right? That could be hilarious, and then it would be fun. It would be part of the like the concept.
I don't know Fatal Fury, but I don't think that's ever what they've gone for. It's just with this game, think
so either.
Yeah, where it did not work out and people stepped down because of it. So yeah, into the next real person. Okay, this guy I don't actually know. Let me do a quick Google search. Salvatore, I'm going to assume potentially another football star. Salvatore Ganacci. Nope. He is a Swedish DJ and record producer.
At least he's got a more interesting fit. I
don't know. I could tell you that he looks exactly like his character model. So they did a good job.
I guess that just says that the guy in real life is more interesting to look at than Ronaldo, I guess. I feel like his vibe fits the rest of the roster more so.
Mm-hmm.
And it has more, dare I say, design overall, but it's still jarring and not good.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. It's like he kind of fits more thematically, and he's not just a dude in a football outfit in this like city of wolves. So yeah. What else do we say about him?
Yeah, I've really got nothing to say.
He could be an isekai protagonist. Oh yeah. Are those like earpods?
Honestly, the glasses probably do the most to sell this because it just is a level of interest that the rest of it just doesn't have.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise it's just sweatsuit and sneakers. Like the sweatsuit at least is interesting because it has things to carry your eye throughout it with the lines and the writing on the side, but like even still, it's just a sweatsuit.
I wonder if you play this guy and then his music starts playing in the background. I don't know, but if that is the case,
everyone who plays it.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say I'm not gonna play this guy ever if that is the case.
I would say Ronaldo deserved to be alone in D, so he could sit there with Terry. Yeah.
Poor Ronaldo, man.
You know what? I have no pity for rich sports people.
Damn.
He got to be in a video game He has lots of money. He plays sports. He's fine. He can take my
Yeah.
criticism on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really care. He got the bag and he's out.
Right?
So, yeah.
He made out of this. He's the only winner there.
All right, so our two last designs, these aren't full character splash arts because they're bosses that you fight in-game. This is Evil Rock.
So you can't play these people.
I don't know.
Well, this Rock Fit looks better than the normal Rock Fit.
I don't know what the context of this is. Maybe he's just like a super boss or something. Or like he has the potential to become evil. Yeah, cool fit.
I mean, it's pretty plain, but it's got more silhouette and more. I can see it.
I wonder what that outfit is supposed to be. Like what martial art it's based off of. Because that's not your traditional one. It has like the red robes too.
When I see the I want to say it's called a hakama.
I don't know.
I think of it for kendo, which I don't know if that would be relevant here, but that's what I think of when I see that.
I mean, yeah, I was just trying to figure out what his fighting style was. Couldn't really tell from his biker gang outfit in the beginning.
I mean, we don't see him with a sword in any way, so I doubt it. But
you never know. His evil self takes out a sword out of nowhere.
I'd put it in B with the other rock. It's kind of... There's nothing there.
It's a little more interesting, maybe, because he's evil now, but ultimately, yeah, not a part of these guys.
I feel like if we could see Rock's other outfit from the front, it would probably have more interest than this one, but I can't, so I can't really judge it, so I put them together.
Gotcha. All right. Final boss character. Nightmare Geese Howard.
See, this is again doing what I said. It takes the complement and it puts it just to the side of it on the color wheel. So instead of being blue and orange, we have blue and yellow, which means you have that interesting contrast without being blue and orange. And playing into the white and the black for it, also just good neutrals. I don't know, having it kind of darker towards the bottom, it looks like.
Regardless,
I
knowing
like
nothing about this guy, he seems like the secret final boss that is way tougher than the final boss of the game. His design makes me think that. And the blue flames, too, don't really help.
When I think blue flames, I think Blue Exorcist. And
a little bit biased, are we?
It's Satan's flames!
He seems to have a lot of scars, too, on his front chest there. This man has been through many battles.
Lighting or... I think it's just lighting.
I mean, considering the type of character he's probably meant to represent, I would assume that he is very serious business. And the one thing that I do know about fighting games is that Geese is famous for having a pretzel motion super that is incredibly difficult to do.
Good, okay.
That's what I know about him.
Touch him.
But yeah, he looks really cool here. I like it.
Yeah.
A?
I would put it up. Yeah, I think I'd put it A.
And that is our final ranking for all of the characters based off of their appearance. Now, I'll let you go first. Who, if you were, hypothetically speaking, to play this game, would you main based off of their appearance?
Ronaldo.
There he goes, baby. We found a Ronaldo main. Yeah.
In actuality, I'd probably take the kid and the blonde guy from the S tier. Those two are the most interesting to me.
As for me, it is hard not to put Mai there. I've always been interested in trying to play Mai. I was gonna play her at Street Fighter, but plans kind of fell through. I'll have to do that later. But also, just interested in this girl based off of design, and also if you practice Muay Thai, I'm interested to see how it actually goes in game. As somebody who has practiced a little bit of it in real life, so yeah,
She seems cool.
Also, if this guy isn't that hard to play, I would play him. He's like so cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
All right then, dudes.
I'm glad that turned around. I was real worried when we started.
I was too, not gonna lie. Like, I'm sure
I'm
that
like, am I gonna hate every character they show me?
at some point we're probably gonna run into a series where the character designs just don't gel with us. But I'm like, Fatal Fury. This is a big name in the fighting industry.
Right? I know. I'm like, I can't. I would make so many enemies if I hated all of them. What?
But yeah.
No, I actually really like some of these a lot. So,
and some of them we might like even more if only we could just see them from a different angle.
if only we could see the front. Yes.
Yeah. So let us know your thoughts, guys. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Were there some lore bits here that we might have missed that were pretty interesting? Let us know.
Feel free to roast me in the comments. I think I deserve it for this one.
That's going to be it from us today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.